Thank you all for your attendance at the 2021 CEWIT conference. It has been a fascinating, challenging, uplifting, and innovative 2 days. Organized by the New York State Center of Excellence in Wireless and Information Technology at Stony Brook University and co-hosted by the IEEE, this 17th annual CEWIT conference has been a symbol of our university, our community, our state, and our world's enthusiasm for an innovative and connective future. We have heard from 29 global experts on topics ranging from ethical AI to the question of information overload, from new technologies for improved healthcare and wellness to privacy breaches in the cyber threat landscape. As leaders and experts in academia and industry, we have recognized the prevalence of the digital mindset, only heightened during the pandemic and the proliferation of remote work and learning. We understand that it is our responsibility now to make our wireless and information technology as advanced, as accountable, as secure, as ethical, and as integrated as possible. At Stony Brook, we feel this imperative every day. As faculty members, students and staff learn how to function both within and alongside a virtual environment, we will rely on the innovation of education technologists and experts, like those here today, to help us remain agile in a rapidly evolving technological landscape. And at Stony Brook Medicine, we have seen in practice the critical need for digital health technology, which can advance our society tremendously, both in the quality of care we provide and the accessibility of our services. Higher education has been called to prepare this generation for a workforce that is galloping toward AI, computerized medicine, renewable energy, data science, cybersecurity, machine learning, and the Internet of Things. CEWIT has been critical in our ability to do this, and continues to advance and reinforce its mission to develop applied research, build relationships across industry and academia, and create practical solutions to the challenges we face in the 21st century. So while the close of this year's CEWIT conference has renewed our excitement about the power and possibilities of research and discovery, it is also bittersweet. Because this year, Professor of Biomedical Engineering, Dr. Shmuel Anev, who has chaired these conferences since their inception, is announcing his retirement. Dr. Anev joined Stony Brook University in 2004 and was named Associate Dean for Research and Graduate Studies in the College of Engineering and Applied Sciences. He went on to become Director of the Medical Technologies Division at the Center of Excellence in Wireless and Information Technology, as well as a world-distinguished expert in the cardiovascular circulatory system and the field of biomedical engineering. His work has transformed the way we treat and diagnose cardiovascular disease, and he has been elected as a Fellow of the American Institute for Medical and Biological Engineering, the Biomedical Engineering Society, the International Federation for Medical and Biological Engineering, and the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. Dr. Anev truly embodies the critical, multidisciplinary spirit that is essential to advance scientific discovery, as well as a long-standing and heartfelt commitment to teaching, students, public knowledge, and the exchange of critical thought, as evidenced in his 17-year history of helping to make this incredible conference a reality. Dr. Anev, thank you for your dedication to Stony Brook University, your service to the field of biomedical engineering and cardiovascular medicine, and your leadership in the CEWIT conferences. And now, I will invite Satya Sharma, Executive Director of CEWIT, to speak.
Thank you, Madam President, and thanks for some wonderful comments about our session chair and our colleague, Dr. Ishmael Aina. We indeed have been blessed and honored to have Dr. Aina with us for all these many years in organizing and taking the lead in finding the greatest speakers for all. As we bring this year's conference to a close, I would like to thank all the speakers, session chairs, panelists, and moderators. Their hard work has made this conference a great success. CEWIT is the next generation research facility focused on creating the leaders of tomorrow in wireless and information technology. The guidance from our advisory board members from the leading technology companies has been the guiding light in fulfilling our mission. I thank all of them. Our program committee members from different companies and institutions put tremendous efforts to make sure that the quality and caliber of the presentation are truly world-class, and they deserve my and my staff's heartfelt gratitude. We broke the conference into 2 days to make sure that the participants from all over the world can join at decent times in their geographical locations, realizing the time zone constraints. I thank all of them. I hope that we met the expectation of all the participants around the globe. I'm also thankful to CEWIT staff and Stony Brook University's Economic Development staff for their help, support, and dedication to make the conference successful and also to further CEWIT's mission. Let me invite Dr. Jakob Samaj to say a few words about Dr. Ishmael Aina, as you know, who will be leaving Stony Brook University and CEWIT after this conference. Jakob?
Thank you, Satya. Thanks everyone who put this conference together. Shmuel was a guiding light. I believe he's the chairman of this conference, has been for many, many years, over the years. So I'm very fortunate, I think, of the, more than anyone else in CEWIT or Stony Brook. I have known Shmuel now for almost 50 years, no, maybe 45 years, I guess, right, Shmuel? You? Yeah, you and I. I first got to know him. Well, we both met in 1973 at Tel Aviv University. I was a postdoc, and Shmuel was a faculty member. I don't know if you were a postdoc or you were a lecturer at the time. And then next time I saw him was about 20 years later, 25 years later. He was visiting Stony Brook, and I was the dean of engineering at Stony Brook. I don't remember which year you came, you visited, and we talked about the old days 25, 30 years ago. Not knowing that you were going to end up working at Stony Brook for almost 20 years, 18 years, I think it is, that you've officially been with Stony Brook. So a few years after we met, he came back, and I told him that I needed an associate dean for graduate studies and research in the college, and he joined us, I believe, in 2004. And we've had a wonderful time. It's been a great time over the years. He was very much instrumental in creating the biomedical informatics department at Stony Brook. Not too many people know that. He was head of the committee that actually put it together. He was my eyes and ears as far as the biomedical engineering department. He was essentially associated with them, and that was his faculty position at the time. And of course, he also helped me and Satya when we created CEWIT in, I don't remember what year it was, I think 2007, 8 or 2008. And many of the people in industry that are actually, a number of them that are serving on the advisory board for CEWIT were instrumental in helping us get that funding. And then, of course, he also helped as my associate dean for research to help us get the Center of Excellence in Energy, Advanced Energy Systems, which is a facility right next to CEWIT. When I stepped down as Dean of Engineering, I made sure that Shmuel comes with me and retained my position as Vice President for Economic Development. And Satya, of course, was the Executive Director of CEWIT at that time. And so Shmuel came over with me as a full-time faculty member and served as the director of the biomedical technologies division in CEWIT, and has done a wonderful job of that. He has been a great asset to me in all the many new initiatives that resulted in new programs in economic development. He was a guy I would go to when I have a problem, and he would give me his opinion of what we should do. And I've always valued his judgment. One of the very nice things that I attended about 5 or 6 years ago was a conference in Israel, an international conference. I believe it was the Civil Engineering Fluids Conference. And at that time, both Satya, Dr. Sharma, and I were there, and it was a wonderful opportunity for us to see how many people Shmuel knows. He knows if you want somebody in Afghanistan, you'll probably find you a colleague over there, okay? Or, no matter where, we had about 150 people at that conference, and most of them were from overseas, all over the country and all over the world. And he was presented with the Israel Prize, and that was really a very proud moment, not only for him, but also for us to be associated with him that way. He's a person that has a heart of gold, an incredible individual, always willing to help anyone, and people respect him for that, and I certainly admire him and respect him for that. Now, I'll sorely miss Shmuel, but I hope to come next year and visit you in Israel. And I don't want you to tell me that you're too tired to show me around. I expect you to essentially try and if you don't, I know that Hessia will. And of course, we also have to recognize Hessia, Shmuel's wife, who has been a wonderful wife to him, and of course a friend of all of us here at CEWIT. So with that, again, thank you very much, Shmuel, for doing all that you did for Stony Brook, but also all that you did for me. And I'm going to sorely miss you, but I do hope to see you next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yaakov. Shmuel, you will be missed, but not forgotten. To say you will be missed seems like an understatement. You are one of those rare people who instantly became a friend instead of just a colleague. There are no words to truly reflect how much we will miss you. You have done so much for all of us. Your guidance and encouragement have helped us and so many others thrive in a very competitive environment. And we have been so fortunate to have your expertise to rely on. I also want you to know what a blessing it has been to work with you. Your thoughts were always well thought out and to the point. I found so many of your ideas inspiring. It is hard to imagine our workplace without you. Few people can elevate those around them to reach their potential. You are one of those rare people. Everyone's career take different paths, and I'm just so glad that our paths crossed here at Stony Brook. It has been a joy to work with you. You are so passionate, calm, and professional, all at the same time. I just want to say thank you. You always listen. You always had something constructive to say, and you always offered support and encouragement with an unflagging spirit. I have learned so much from you. I hope retirement brings you the chance to do whatever else that you wanted to do, but never got the time to do that. All the best. This is a tough goodbye. Best of luck. We have a plaque that reflects our feelings for you. It reads, Shmuel Aynak, PhD, presented on this day, November 4th, 2021, in recognition of your superior leadership, your extraordinary devotion to CEWIT success, the 17 years of outstanding CEWIT conferences, and for the hearts that you have touched at Stony Brook University. Congratulations and best wishes.
What can I say? I'm Shmuel Aynak. My thanks to Satya, Jacob, and many other friends. I arranged about several meetings. Sometimes it's amazing. And those meetings were so important in the combination of medical supplies and other technological supplies. But in those years, there was no crisis in the world, so we had about 400 to 500 participants here, and it was amazing to meet with them, to talk to them, and to see the exchange of knowledge between one field and the other. I came here about 20 years ago, maybe Yaakov and I was better than that. But Yaakov was the forcing one that brought me here, because we knew each other about 40 years ago, and then I came back here. And the combination here at Solihull between medicine and other technologies was something unusual in medical or university relationship. And it was a pleasure to be here and to combine many known technologies, communication, talking, and the medical divisions, and the combination of medical school here and a hospital, together with an engineering school headed by Jakob, who spoke before me. And then when I was invited to join CEWIT with the chairmanship of Satya, who also came from the industry, made it such an important place for me to be and to combine the knowledge of technologies to medicine and to people. And I enjoyed every minute of being here because other people also recognized the advantage of adding medical technologies and other technological subjects. So altogether, it was a pleasure to be here, except that 2 years ago we got to the new technology and the crisis started and it became quite difficult. Although the contribution of CEWIT to the area that existed outside was something that added as much as possible. So now it's time for me to leave, although I'm not planning to leave them completely, but to leave the position that I had here. And I'm sure when I came here and I saw the activity that they have it, fact is that Jakob and Satya are still active here. And we add as much as we can, and let's hope that the world will be back to normal behavior and we'll do it here. I thank all my friends here, and I thank State University of New York at Solihull, and I'm looking forward to add to the world a better behavior and to be part of the better world. Thank you very much, all of you.
This brings this year's conference to conclusion. We will see you again next year in November. Not the exact date will be in the first week of November. So everybody have a nice day and a nice weekend, and thank you all the speakers and participants once more.